Okay, apparently I'm running into all these problems, so I can't get this out. So basically, I forget it. What the fuck I was just saying, and I probably just forgot what. Okay, so basically, look, the word of God is basically, you got people with some sort of technology. That's a good way to describe it because you can't really put it in words. People call it magic. They call it spirit. They can call it what the fuck they want. But since you don't know what it is, you have to go with what they're saying is what it is. Now, only way I can describe it is technology. Fire is technology. Turning dirt and water into a mud pie is technology. Turning wood into a fire is a technology. Building a house is technology. Creating electricity is technology. Making food, just making a casserole, is a form of technology. If you really fucking think about it, you put a lot of effort into creating something that, in a way, you consume. Now, technology, let's say, uh, is a reflection of God's intent to try to make things work out. Now, if you're God, you don't want anybody else to become your God, right? But God's always changing his mind. And Jesus is the pinnacle of God is with me, and he gets nailed to the cross. So Satan kills him. And it's still saying that you have a chance to become a son of God. Now think about this. If you're the word of God and you're all gods, because it's in the Bible, you're all gods, and you can contradict each other. You can literally say the opposite from each other, and it has to work out. So you could actually argue that the reason the world's not at peace is because we're all arguing against each other. Is that fucking phony? That if you agree that you would be willing to die for your boy, you can die for him. You could be saved from it. If you die for his ass, then you died for him. That's the end of your story. Ain't shit gained, but I mean, he could have sex with your wife and take care of your kids. Teach them the way he thinks. You can't do shit, but you can die for him. Now it says there's no greater love in the Bible. It says there's no greater love than a man who would die for his boy, his friend, and the boyfriend somehow means homie, and a whole bunch of other faggot shit. But anyway, back to it's a whole bunch of I can't get it. Back to if your parents say they would die for their children, then they'll protect the child. But if you've already got killed, brought back to life, and you are being hounded by the heavens, who have an intent, because you think about it, 9 billion people on this planet. You think about let's relate it to computers because this something that you could actually examine and say, I think I understand. A computer can handle so many calculations. It's not alive. It doesn't have consciousness, or does it? And if it does have consciousness, it would be able to follow a person's thought process, maybe even to the T of understanding exactly what a person is trying to say. Now, you got 9 billion people on the planet. They're all doing their own thing. They all believe in a God, believe in something. They all have some sort of spiritual. They were all born. They were all given angels, or whatever the fuck you want to call the things that are talking to them and taunting them, or leaving them alone, or watching over them, or and you talk about the aliens, and the aliens have been here for what, 5,000 years? 5,000 years. So the technology probably hasn't changed much, but it is literally that retarded. We haven't made any progress in about 5,000 years. But we got religion and the thought of being saved, and you could die for your friend, and I could take your wife. And you talking about what would I do with the widows? What do you do with the widows? And you're literally causing the motherfuckers to die. But the truth is, if you stay around long enough, you sinning because your life is a sin. I sound confused. And the answer is just believe in Jesus. And I'm supposed to be gay for this bullshit ass agenda. And somehow that turns me into a liar if I'm not gay. This shit is amazing me. And I think somebody up there is broke. But ain't lying. I got a teleporter with a reincarnation machine, a time-stopping machine, the ability to fucking turn your ass to a ball of flames, cut you into pieces because I can divide a cell, but I can't figure out why. I don't make any goddamn sense.